next up, we wanted to talk a little bit about Supercross.
Let's first talk about the other a little bit sad news so we can end on a high.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Well, let's do that.
So a little bit sad news is we've mentioned this. The Iron Dames had withdrawn from like the WEC, the IMSA. So it seems like they've withdrawn from all the big stuff that they were racing in.
Also ELMS
ELMS,
now.
yes, correct. So it seems like they're currently shifting, at least this year, from the drivers joining mixed teams already. Because, for example, Michelle Gatting, she is a Porsche driver. So I think she's part of the Iron Dames, but she's signed by Porsche manufacturers. And so she will be joining in the Dubai 24-hour race that is happening. I think it is next month. Or this month. I'm not sure because I don't remember if the article was from December, end of December. Either way. And so it seems like the parent company that owns the Iron Dames as well as the Iron Lings, there's a lot of financial troubles going on right now. I think it is also affecting the Iron Lings, but specifically also a lot of the Iron Dames. I don't think there will be an Iron Dames anywhere out there. I think there will be Iron Dames drivers and other cars. It is really heartbreaking. I hope people who have money are able to rally together because on one hand, I was reading online where people are saying like, yeah, like they prove that like the women can be competitive, right?
And win, yeah.
And, you know, obviously when they've won many races. But it would be just heartbreaking to see a project like this ending like that, you know, especially because it doesn't seem like the driver's fault. It seems like the parent company that can't afford it. I don't know why. And I would hope that there's plenty of rich people out there who might be able to, you know, sponsor them. Looking at you, Alexis Ohanian, don't you love supporting women? You know, you got some money, put it in there, right? Because it's just, you know, the Iron Dames are awesome. They're fan favorites. I think they also draw a big crowd. And it's not just a gimmick, you know. These are very competitive athletes. And it would be, I hope, in a perfect world, at least maybe 2026, it will be a down year. In 2027, they'll come back stronger than ever. But it's just sad news.
Yeah.
I think
it's going to be a great experience, I think, for the drivers to also maybe learn from different drivers and different teams and take whatever they can this year. And then, yes, hopefully they will come back stronger than ever. And then we'll have that beautiful pink car back on the track. It's such a bummer that we don't get to see them in the pink car this year, but we will nonetheless see the drivers on the track in different capacities. So we'll definitely still talk about them throughout the year and support the women. And we'll want to, like you had said in a previous video, that we want to also share our focus to other women on track.
That kind of fall under
fell under our radar a little bit.
Exactly, because the Iron Dames obviously are such a presence.
Yes.
So there's still women out there racing, guys, right? It is just, it's a little sad day for, I think, the motorsport world that this is happening.
Yes.
That being said, let's get into the good news, right?
Good news, yes.
Supercross is back next weekend. I can't believe it's already there.
Right? I know. It feels like we had just finished the season, but I'm ready for it.
I'm ready for it too. I think the season's going to be awesome, especially now that we have, I think, most drivers back and healthy.
Yeah.
Healthy being the important thing, right? Having the Lawrence brothers back, Eli Tomac back, who was injured, Kenny Roxon, who was injured. So we have Anaheim 1 happening.
Yes, January 10th. So this upcoming Saturday, that's going to happen. Of course, there's been a lot of movement, people switching teams. And I feel like the more exciting news for us is that we will be going to Anaheim 2.
Exactly. We got our tickets to attend Anaheim 2. We're super excited this time around because I'm not working that Saturday. We're also planning on attending the Fan Fest.
Yes.
And we actually bringing a friend along because we're like, listen, you need to check this out.
Because it's so fun.
This is so fun.
I mean, we went to Supercross Anaheim 2 years ago, and we had such a blast. So I'm so excited that we're actually making it this year.
Yeah.
I mean, I was making it a point. I really wanted it to happen because it was such a great experience. And I love that we get to share it with one of our friends who also is now a huge F1 fan because we introduced her to it a couple years ago. So hopefully she will also fall in love with Supercross.
She attended her first race last year before we ever got to attend a
F1 race.
F1 race, right? She attended the Vegas Grand Prix.
Yes.
I think it's also wanted to let people know. So we paid, and there's cheaper tickets out there just for reference, because I know people are sometimes curious about that.
Yeah.
I think it was like $78 a ticket.
Yes, which is on the lower end because we're sitting upper, like in the 400 sections. But we sat there last time and we had such a great view of the track.
I think genuinely you could almost sit anywhere and you'll have a good view.
Yes, but the reason I had chosen the tickets originally is because the way you can see the finish line.
Yeah, the start finish line. Oh no, start. Yeah.
Well, the start line is on the side, which you can still see beautifully. But then also just the finish line, you can see the jump coming into our direction, essentially, then with the fireworks and the flames and all that stuff. So I'm super excited.
Super excited. Hopefully, my big goal going there is to pick up some Kenny Rockshin gear.
Hopefully they have it at the Fan Fest, because last time we went, we got our shirts.
I got a hat.
Oh, you got a hat. I got a shirt.
Yeah.
But it was like general stuff, because in the actual stadium they didn't have.
They had only from specific riders that I didn't want something from. I just want Kenny.
Exactly. So hopefully
I
Kenny's
honestly would be down probably for Eli Tomac, or Jason Anderson. I'd be chill with it, but I want Kenny.
Yeah, I mean, Ken is number one, obviously, for us. So hopefully we can get some of his merch there.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, or even we don't have to see him up close, but at least like closer than in the stadium.
Yes.
So that would be cool. I don't know. I have no experience with the Fan Fest, so I'm just going.
I mean, the riders are there. I guess it depends on how early we are going to be.
Yeah,
attending.
and I don't know if we're going to stand in line for autographs, to be fair.
Some lazy bum.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's a brewery right across.
Exactly.
So catch us there.
Yes.
It was So it was $78 the ticket. It was $20 for the Fan Fest.
Uh-huh.
Was that including like fees and stuff like that? Ticketmaster doesn't do that. They can't add it afterwards.
No, they have to show it now ahead of time. So that's included all the fees.
Yeah.
And everything.
So, and there's still tickets available. So if someone is interested in going, it doesn't even have to be Anaheim too. But, tickets are plenty.
Yeah.
Ish and available. So check it out. It's good fun.
Yeah.
I would say if you're sensitivity to hearing, I would definitely bring some earbuds or headphones, because it does get loud.
Yes, but it's so
It's very cool. But if you are someone, bring that.
And it's smelly.
You smell the gas, right?
Yeah. But it's like almost, which is probably not a good thing, intoxicating.
Yeah, the thing about it is, it's like this weird thing. I think you're like that too. There's plenty of people out there who like the smell of gasoline.
Yeah.
Not that I'm huffing it,
Yeah.
But it's like, it's not a smell that bothers me.
Yeah. No, I mean, I couldn't smell it for days.
No, I would get a headache. But it's like, smelling it for like that race.
Yes.
It sounds like we're huffing us.
But it's just there in the air, because it travels. But I'm also excited for like the stunt. At least I'm assuming they will be there again, like the stunt drivers or riders where they do like their loopings and Supermans and whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just so stoked that we get to go again this year, and then we get to start off the year with the race, because I'm not sure how many will be able to attend in person this year. But it's nice to at least do this one.
Yeah.
And then of course we talked about that we want to watch a little bit more racing, so we have a little bit more for you guys to talk about.
We're trying to like diversify, because right now it is F1, it's bikes, right?
It's F1, MotoGP, Supercross at the beginning of the year, because then
WRC, and then I obviously always try to watch the WEC, even though the Iron Dames are not part of it. I'm still watching it because I love endurance racing. I am gonna try to see if I can watch some of that 24-hour race.
Okay.
Just because I love 24-hour races. I think it's just like the cream of the crop. I'm gonna try to actually this year. I'm gonna have to look it up. If it's this year back to back, I'm gonna take off both weekends to watch Le Mans and the Nürburgring, because this is for me.
Yeah, the pinnacle.
The pinnacle.
Fair.
It's just awesome because you have two legendary tracks, two legendary events back to back. Pretty insane. And there's obviously a word on the street that Max is eyeing that too, right?
Oh,
I don't know if it's this year or if it's going to be next year, because I know last year at least, and this is really the number one annoying thing, and I read this online too, is that the FIA, like, why do you have Le Mans and F1 racing in the same weekend? This happened last year, and it's like, why would you do this? Why would you try to split the crowd? Because these are motorsports fans, so I assume there is a general overlap, right?
I mean, there's also an overlap just because there's lots of previous F1 drivers, champions, winners also on the track.
Exactly. So it's like, so why would you do this? I mean, I know people were also complaining with Formula E, and I get that this is not the FIA.
Yeah.
But it's like you had a race during the last race of the year for F1. Like, you're hurting yourself.
Yeah. It's just not smart. It's not smart business.
And I'm not saying you can't have the same weekend, but not the last race of the year when it's a championship. And obviously they don't know. But it's like, why would you schedule anything around the last race of the F1 calendar? It's just in general, to me, it doesn't seem like a wise business decision.
No, I don't think so.
And it's like, and especially if it's within the FIA, like, guys, get it together, dude. Like, you can just Google probably on your own website.
Yeah.
Google on your own website. You can search on your own website when the F1 finale is.
Yeah.
And then, or when an F1 race is, and don't put Le Mans on the same weekend.
Yeah.
God damn.
It's so silly. But yeah, so we're really excited.
Get it together. I'm done.
We're really excited to watch a bunch of different types of racing this year and talk to you guys a little bit more about it. We'll, of course, bring out our What to Watch videos.
They're going to be back now.
They're going to be back on the regular again. And then, we'll bring out additional videos here and there. I think the last thing I wanted to share is just something exciting that you got.
Yes.
I think that would be nice to talk about.
Yeah, originally I was going to bring this up, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. But then, so essentially I used to sim race on the Logitech G29 that you had gifted me about 3 years ago.
It's been a couple years, yeah.
And so now I felt like it was time to upgrade.
Yes.
And
I mean, you do have like a nice setup. Like, I mean, you have a good computer, but you had the steering wheel. You had upgraded your
pedals.
Your pedals and stuff. You have this great racing chair.
Yeah, that you bought me.
Yes.
I think you and the parents or something for my birthday.
Yes, but I mean, you have a nice setup.
I do have a nice setup.
But it was time.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, I mean, people have cockpits, right? But this is one of those because I don't have that much space. I can fold it up and technically put it away.
Yes.
I haven't in a minute because it's just easier, and I bought something
to
just I can use the mouse and keyboard from the seat.
Yeah.
But I upgraded my rig, so now I have the SimMagic Evo Neo. It's a 12 Newton meter wheelbase, and then I got the GT4, I think, racing wheel with it, so it's like it has a quick release and it goes right on it. However, when I originally got it, the first one, it was like bricked.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna still see if I can fix it up. I'm gonna try to connect it to a different computer, but they had to send me out a replacement one.
Yes.
So this week it finally came.
Yes.
On Friday. So this took overall like 3 weeks, almost a month, which is such a bummer.
Yeah.
And you even got to try it, and it is a world of difference going from a G29, which I stand by is a great starter. You know, it is not super expensive, and it's also great for you to figure out whether or not you even like this well enough to do this, right? And then, however, going then to a force feedback wheel, it is insane. I knew that it was an insane upgrade, but but if you've never driven with one or raced with one, which I hadn't, I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
Insane. And originally we were gonna do a like comparison video, but I ended up selling mine, and I ended up selling the G29 the same day.
Like hot potatoes.
Yeah, honestly, like 6 hours after we put it up, right? Someone came and picked it up, and I think for him it will be perfect because he just got GT7.
Yes.
This is how I started out, right? But you even got to try it.
And I had
got to try it. I of course let you try it.
Yeah, but I had raced on the previous setup before, and it was fine.
Yeah.
I was always like, it's missing a little bit like feedback. So I can feel more what's happening, so I can respond accordingly. And then so getting behind, because you were like, oh yeah, you're gonna feel the difference. And I was like, I don't know, because I didn't race as much with your other setup, and it's been a minute since I had raced.
Yeah.
I mean, a couple of months probably.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, but so you got it, and of course you're so excited. You're like, okay, do you want to race? And I was like, sure. Wow. It felt insane. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Because you can it's like you're in the car almost.
It is insane.
Because like obviously also the way you had set it up, you need like a lot of strength to like maneuver the steering wheel depending on also, of course, what part of the track you're on. Also, if you're on the track versus off the track.
Even just the curb feedback is insane. I
Yes.
felt like I know every single bump of this curb.
Yeah.
That is insane. Like, you don't get that detail in the
No.
G29, and I don't think the expectation should
Yeah.
be that you're getting this from a $330 set that comes with wheels and everything. But it
was why, because I had a moment when I was driving on Monza,
Yeah.
or racing on Monza
with a F4 car.
Yeah, because I'm pretty familiar with Monza, and then even just at the beginning, I got the chicane, and I was like, oh my gosh, this. I mean, I'm not a race car driver, guys. I don't race very often, so this was a really big moment for me.
The chicane, anyone who has ever been in any online lobby knows that the Monza first chicane is a nightmare.
Yeah, but I got it, and I was like, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
how nice this feels. And then also there was moments where I forgot which corner it was. Anyways, I felt like, oh, I had a lockup, and I felt it, you know, and it was like, oh, this is what's happening. So now I can also
react
to it, or also do better next time.
Yeah,
you know, like learn from it, which I didn't get that feedback from the other steering wheel.
Yeah, I raced a F4 car also around Spa, and then going up on Rouge. The first time around, like with tires not warmed up, I just sent it up. I was like, let's just see. And then like you lose all grip, and the car just it feels like you're floating. And I was like, ooh, and it feels like the car just like, because you lose all control over the car essentially. You're just like, good luck, who's up there, you know? I knew no one was up there, you know? I was just on a practice track, but it's just so much fun. And like, I could even tell with you, because I was sitting behind you while you were doing this, and then you were like, okay, one more lap, and then something didn't work out, and then you're just like, you look behind to check and see if I saw that you were resetting, but I wasn't stopping you. You put that time limit on you, but it's...
I know, and then I was like, just one more. I just want one more clean lap.
Yeah, one more. It is quite addicting. One more, right?
It is. It's very addicting, especially if it doesn't work out and you're like, oh, I know I can do this better.
Yeah, especially like once you're like, okay, oh, this corner I could do this, or I could brake like 10 meters later. I could do this.
Yeah,
and you slowly shave it off.
It also helped that on the first lap you told me like, oh, you can go full out on this corner.
Yeah, flat out.
Yeah, or you can like just shift down, or like, so I had a little bit of like a idea of how much I can push or not in different corners. So that was really, really fun. And then also like, but then there was like two corners. I didn't remember exactly what you had said. I could have asked you, but I was like, oh, let me figure out how low I have to shift, or how much speed I can get through there.
Yeah, of course, that's part of it,
figuring out
right?
the lines. And then there was like this last straight before the final turn, right turn.
Yeah, after the chicane.
Exactly. I always had this moment of like, I noticed when I got up to the final gear at what position of the track it was. So I would be like, oh, okay, I had more speed coming out of the last corner. So I know, you know, so like you notice these things.
Yeah.
And
it's like, oh, I'm already upshifting here.
Yes, exactly. So it was like, it was a lot of fun. If I had more time in my day, I would probably race a little bit more.
Yeah, if we had more space, I guess in some way it would be easier if we would have it set up somewhere.
Yeah.
Instead of in my room.
Yes.
But we just like, if we're literally out of space. I mean, we have our studio, quote unquote, in our living room.
Yes,
you know, behind the scenes look. This is not a rented place.
No. Surprise.
I mean, it's very convenient the way it is in our living room, so it works. But it's like, we just don't have enough space.
No, we really don't. But I thought it would be some exciting news to share with people that you upgraded.
Yeah, I think if I remember, I'll pack the link of what I bought and where I bought it in the description below, so people can check it out in case you're interested in getting it. I know this is like not racing at all related.
No, I mean,
well,
it's,
like
it's
it
you
is
racing.
A little bit, it's racing, but it's fun. And I know the set that I bought, I think there's plans to eventually also make it compatible with the PlayStation, because it's currently not.
Oh, gotcha.
Which I was like, you know what? I would love for it to be able to race GT7, but I race more on the PC anyway, so I was like, I'll take the L, on that.
No, that's fair.
Yeah. I think, however, that brings us to the end of this episode already. There's not that much. Next week, it will be much more, because we'll have Dakar and at least Supercross.
Yes, for sure.
And then whatever else comes up. Thank you guys so much again for tuning in. And we wish you guys again a happy new year.
Yes.
And see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.